I'm circling the parts outside of central Amsterdam where we visited during our day trips. It's Amsterdam zine time. I figured I could make the other ones from Europe. Amsterdam, Sweden, Denmark, Turkey, and Greece. But I also figured I could do those other days instead for other videos and get a good night's sleep tonight. So, got this at Target. Rijksmuseum. I could Google it. I could take the 2 seconds to Google it and see how it's pronounced, but I'm trying to see if I can remember it through memory since I was there. This paper bag was from the gift shop. I think I got my mom a postcard and some magnets for some other people. And right now it's storing all the rest of the Amsterdam stuff. This is all I have? Dang, okay. I thought there would be more. Okay, well, okay. There's the stuff. In no particular order, I'm just gonna talk about things as I pick them up. Oh, this was already in my hand. This was actually at the very end of our trip when we were done with the whole Sweden, Denmark, Amsterdam thing. Instead of the original plan of flying from Copenhagen, Denmark to Frankfurt, Germany, then to San Francisco, California before going back to Hawaii. In Copenhagen, our flight was delayed by like an hour, a couple hours. So that means we arrived in Frankfurt a couple of hours late, and which means we missed our connecting flight. I remember Jamie and I were so anxious that we'd miss our flight. We booked it from the plane, through the airport. We ran to our terminal, and we thought that we could make it because we had been told that the flight was also delayed, the flight to San Francisco. But as we were running to the terminal, as we were running to the gate, maybe like 50 feet before we got there, some guy stops us, me and a group of other people trying to make that connecting flight. He stopped us and said, "The doors have been sealed and there's nothing we can do." And that was it, and he walked away. And we were like, okay, well, now what do we do? We went to Lufthansa, the airline, and we went to their desk and they told us to go to this other place. And when we got to this other place, the line was like, man, if I remember correctly, over 1,000 people had their flights either canceled or delayed because of the storm that was going on. So they were in line to get their things in order, get another flight, find accommodations for the night. So Jamie and I stayed in that line for 2 hours. And at the end of that line, it was actually a line to get into another line, which we stayed for maybe just half an hour. And when it was our turn to talk to the people behind the desk, of course they got us a hotel for the night, arranged our flight first thing in the morning. And they were telling us that, like, wow, me and a few other people behind us were lucky because the line was still super, it was longer now actually than when Jamie and I first stood in it. And the people behind the desk were telling us that they weren't sure if those people were going to be helped because they were closing that department or whatever in the next 20 minutes because it was already around like 9 o'clock or something, or some reasonable late evening closing time. So yeah, I don't know what happened, but that's what they were telling us, that they were closing it. And in the end, not sure what happened. Jamie and I just took the train to the hotel, slept at the hotel, took the train back in the morning, took our flight to San Francisco, then eventually back to Hawaii. But yeah, that's what this is. I like how it says your itinerary after rebooking. So yeah, this was the new boarding pass last itinerary that the desk people gave us, and I like it because it's so. I just think it's funny because it's so plain. I guess you'll see in the video when I make the Turkey zine that the Turkish ones were pretty much swagged out. Unnecessarily, but cool nonetheless. As a tourist, I would definitely recommend looking up Amsterdam just because there's so many deals and opportunities that you can take advantage of just by having the card. Like I said, oh, it's right there. Jamie and I got the 72-hour card. I keep it in my wallet because I just like to have it. It doesn't work anymore, of course, because the 72 hours are long gone, but I like the design. Let me show you. I wish I wrote down what this was for. I love saving things like this where there's pretty much no information. Normally, I'm better at keeping track of what they are, but this, I don't remember. Maybe, hopefully Jamie remembers. I will still ask her. So this is a tram ticket, I think, for one of the days because we only had the 72-hour iAmsterdam card. So one of the days where it was like a half day, we just got one day pass for a tram card. Oh, this is from our baggage when we finally picked it up in San Francisco because we were just stoked that our bags made it there without us and they were able to find it quick. In San Francisco, we had to recheck it into our new Honolulu flight. So, train ticket. We had to take the train from the Amsterdam International Airport. I'm a fan of trains. This is in the wrong folder. It's a train ticket from Malmo to Denmark. I'll figure out when I make the Denmark video what this was for, because we went to Denmark twice that trip. It was either for the day we went to Tivoli or the day we did a bus day trip around Copenhagen / that area of Denmark. Also misplaced. This belongs with the Sweden / Denmark stuff. Also misplaced from the Denmark National History Museum ticket. Yeah. Oh, international stamp, or at least this is where the stamp was. This is so I could send my mom a postcard from Amsterdam. We did it on the last day we were there, or last evening. These are just our boarding passes from Honolulu to San Francisco, then San Francisco to Amsterdam. A lot less than I thought, but still not too bad. I think this is a good start for getting back into making zines / scrapbooks. No one told me yet if there's a better way to, or a more specific word to call them. Okay, now for the fun part. I'm circling the parts outside of central Amsterdam where we visited during our day trips. So far I think this is going to be it. This is what I have. I'm going to use this for something else, the other half of the bag, but I used one half of it as the cover page. This is the whole brochure. I don't think it's lazy. I like when I can fit the entire item in the zine, because why not, right? If you can, why not? Then a little bit of the map, like I showed earlier, of the greater Amsterdam area. And just a little note for myself if I wonder in the future where the actual iAmsterdam card is. And then the things I explained earlier. And I think to spruce up something like this, if you like, you could print out pictures from your trip, cut them out, do that. But for me personally, I try to make it up of only things that I took from the trip. The videos that I make for the trips, or just any video I make in general, that's that medium of art where I want to include what I can, but for these types of zines or scrapbooks, I just want the items that I took from the trip. So, okay, Sweden and Denmark next video. Or not necessarily next video, but next zine. Actually, one last thing I forgot to glue in the after rebooking itinerary from Germany, so actually, no, never mind. I think this would count more towards the Sweden / Denmark one because we flew out of Copenhagen for this, so never mind.